Take 2. So I started this, this is my second attempt. The first one, I accidentally stopped it when I just started showing my whips. I got one whip, I showed you one whip, and then I pushed a button on my keyboard, and it stopped. So, like I said, do this all over again. So today is it is 10:10 p.m. on the 23rd. I am all over the place. It is the 23rd of June. My kid is laying here with me, of course. He is snoring away, so you might hear some snores. I do apologize. So I want to say a thank you to, oh, by the way, this is episode 115. I want to say a huge thank you to my 678 subscribers. I know it's been a couple weeks since I podcast. That's because I had some things going on. I was sick, and then I had some back problems where I couldn't sit in my chair, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you where you can find me at. You can find me at a Crafty Crocheter podcast on Facebook group. I have a group on Facebook. You can find me. You can ask to join. You can share your projects on there, your whips, your finished objects. You can ask questions, all kinds of stuff. You can also find me on Instagram as a Crafty Crocheter. I think that's just all one word. And I think I said this. This is episode 115. And I have an email. It's a craftycrocheter@gmail.com. That is the best place to get a hold of me if you have any questions about any of the things that I show you, or any questions of the anything that I make, all kinds of things. I'm pretty much an open book. You can send me questions and I will gladly answer them. So let's get started. So like I said, I already showed this one to the old video, but I have some shell in a ball. This is Restful Rainbow, and I started a V-stitch wrap, and I am using a 6mm hook, and I'm just basically doing the V-stitch. That's it. I'm going to strap my pen. My second whip is a Whitby baby blanket. I got this pattern from Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast. So Terry, if you're watching, thank you for this pattern. So I am just basically 3 rounds into it. I am using a 6mm hook, and I got this skein at Walmart. It is Dream World. I figured that would be really pretty for a baby girl. I have this skein, I have this cake, and then I have a partial cake, and then I have another full cake. So I'll be able to go the full way with that one. My third and fourth whip is in the same bag because this is one cake because I had the frog. Now, I watch Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. I watch her, and if you watch me, you know that I love her Virus Meets Granny shawls. and I love DK Colors yarn. Well, let me tell you what. I tried the Virus Meets Granny from Fiverr Spider and Bella Coco, and I could not get it. So I decided to do a different shawl. So this shawl is the Beautiful Shells shawl, and I am making it in this sad looking cake that is Cold Breeze, because I had to frog the Virus Meets Granny because I could not get it right. And this is where I'm at. I'm in the purple. And this is what a nice skein looks like. And the second one is a Cakes and Candles shawl by Krista over at the Secret Yarnery. And one of these I might be working on after I do this video. Not sure yet. Not completely sure yet. And so the Cool Breeze one, which is the Beautiful Shells shawl, I'm using a 6mm, and the Cakes and Candles shawl I'm using a 6.5. And I have a lot of the sweet rolls, and this is one of them. This is Guava Pop. Yeah, Guava Pop. And I am just making a corner to corner shawl. So that is what I'm making, and I am using an 8mm hook. Now, I posted these projects to my Facebook group, and my very wonderful friend Ujet asked me, why such a big hook? And I answered her, I use a big hook especially for shawls. I definitely go up a lot bigger than the yarn calls for because I don't like stiff shawls. I want somebody to have a shawl of mine that is drapey, that is flowy, that isn't going to, like, if you stand it up on it, it isn't going to stand there, basically, is what I like. So that's the reason why that's why I use such a big hook for shawls. And my last finished objects are, I was in the mood to start some Cuddlers. So I just have a, can't find the end, oh, there it is. So for my Cuddlers, I have a lot of Charisma yarn, and it's basically one skein of every color. So I just make panels like this. I have some in my finished objects that I'm going to show. So I basically make a panel. So this is 16 stitches across, and then I single crochet in the second chain all the way across. So it turns out to be 15 across. And then I go up to either 24 or 26 rows depending on the yarn. If I'm using a worsted weight yarn, I do 21 chains and then do 21 or 20 single crochets across and go back and forth until I reach 26 rows. But for the chunky ones, I do 16, 15 across, and then I go up 24. And then I'll put my safety eyes in and melt the backs like I showed. So basically I was in the mood one day. I was sitting there watching TV with my pap, and I decided that I was going to take down my my Charisma yarn and just make a bunch of flat panels. And I did. Here's 2, here's 3, and here's another one. Okay, so these 3 right here all came from the same skein. Now, the problem with that is I can get 3 panels out of one skein of Charisma. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of the same colored panels for one plushie, and then I am going to use just 2 random ones and put them together. So I have a bag that I keep my panels in, and I have a humongous bag over there. It's a bag that I got at Walmart that has all of my Charisma in it. It has an extra hook, a pair of scissors, and a set thing of needles. And it has my felt, which I bought some felt. Because all of the felt that I have is like bright. Not bright, yeah, it's either bright or real dark colors. So I got some like light pastel colors that I'm going to show you when I get to my, my acquisitions, I guess. So now I am going to show you. Can you see my cart? Both racks are completely full. There's 3 racks, but the bottom one has some other things on it. And the other 2 racks are just full of stuff that I finished. So the first one I finished is this little lapgan. I just grabbed a cake of yarn and made it until I ran out, and then I cut it off and added another one. So here's this. This is a little lapgan. It will go either to the nursing home or to the hospital or someplace. So there's that one. That can go in my bag. Then I finished this one. This is a pretty big one. This is, that one was just random cakes. This one, however, is, Spearmint, which is Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, and Never Enough, which is a skein of white that Jet sent me. And I just kind of did my own thing. Starting out, I did 2 rows of each, and then I did 1 row of each, and then I went to 3 rows of each, and then I went to 2 rows of each, and then I ended with 1 row of white because I wasn't going to have enough of the green to go around again. So there's that. I finished corner to corner. It is covered in my cat's hair. I did the same thing with this kinda. I just grabbed a skein or a cake of yarn, and see, my corner to corners are never square or never a rectangle or anything. So, like I said, I started with the red, and just, it's a nice size. It's a nice size lapgan for somebody. And I don't know about you, but when I think of lapgans, I always picture somebody in a wheelchair. I know that's not always right, but that's kind of what I picture. So, yeah, I don't know why. It's just something that I picture. This is my Whitby baby blanket. Mine is a lot different from Terry's. I do not have all of the rows, and I'll tell you why. So, this yarn was, clown car. No, it wasn't. It was balloons. That's right. This one was balloons. Yes. So, I had 2 cakes, and this is Cupcake, the cupcake yarn from Joann's. I had 2 skeins of the balloon colorway. And when I bought cupcakes, I bought them when they were 2 for $8. That was $4 each. So I bought 2 of, I think, like 4 colors. 4 or 5 colors. And I really liked this one. And it was called Balloons. But what happened was, I had a couple knots. And then when I tried to fix the knots, I just made a bigger knot. And then I would unravel some from the cake. And then it got into a big knot. So I wasn't able to do all of the rows that I wanted to do. So, so I just ended when I ended because I had just a tiny ball left. And I think I actually see it. But I don't know if that's from... Yes, this is right here. It was balloons. This is all I had left. And I did not think I was going to have enough to go around 2 more times. So I just kind of ended it where I ended it because I didn't want to have to start it and then not have enough and then frog everything. So I used a 5mm hook for this. The one I'm doing now, I am using, I think, a 6mm hook. The next one is, this is my own stitch pattern, and somebody, I forget your name, but help me come up with the name. It has granny stitches and it has V-stitches, so I am calling it the Granny V-Stitch Baby Blanket, and this is what it looks like. The yarn that I used is Bella Pink Varg. It was a Burnett yarn that I got in the mill end bags at Joann's. And I used a 6.5mm for that. I used a 6.5mm to make this little pet mat. So, just a little granny square. Oh, look how it's spiraled. That's cool. So, I made that. And I just remembered that I forgot a whip. So I would definitely have to go get it. Because I want to show it to you because it was the one that I did the tutorial on. And this is I use a 6.5mm hook for this. And this is in the new Mandala Ombre in the color Balance. And it's my favorite shawl pattern, which I will link it below because I think now she is back. I'm going to try to put those up there. I forgot a whip. I started a panel in Nursery Rhyme. And this shawl is going to my cousin in Florida. It's the favorite shawl pattern. She's small, so I'm hoping that this will fit her. And next time I see my aunt, I am going to give this to her and for her to take it down to my cousin. So, finish that. This is a panel, so this is the panel that I use for, this is what I make out of the worsted weight ones. So, it's upside down. So I do 21, I chain 21, and then do 20 single crochet across. And then I just go back and forth, until I reach 21 or 26 rows. And then and then I bind off. If I'm making more than one panel, like if I don't know, maybe I can get 6 or 7, maybe 8 panels out of there, I will do, you know, half of that I will make the ones with the long string, and then the other ones I will make without. So that's that. And then I finished my pink wrap. It's very small, but like I said, not everybody's the same size. So I finished that. So yeah. And I used a 6.5 on this one too. So now I am going to show you the Cuddlers that I have made, because I really like them. I'm starting to make them with cheeks. So so here's the first one I did. Get a little closer. Here's the first one I did. Yes, she has pink eyes, and I make them now with a pocket in the back, so you could stick whatever you want in there. And these are probably going to go to the hospital. This one has, I put a little flower in her hair since she is a girl. I need to work better on the mouse, because this one does not look good. That's kind of the reason why I got the felt. Here is the second one I did. It has a light purple pocket, and she has a brown eyes because there's brown in the yarn. Then I did this one, and I didn't have any. This one is holiday charisma, and I didn't have any red, so I used like this really hot pink. And she has the pink pocket, which I need to sew those on better. And this one is a boy, and it has a blue pocket with pink cheeks. And she has blue eyes. This one has just solid black. Like I said, this one has brown. And I put pink nail polish on the clear ones. And this one's pink. So those are my Cuddlers that I make. And like I said, the felt that I have for those are... The felt that I have is like really, really dark. And for some of them, I didn't want to put such dark, like, mouse on them. So I got some lighter fabric. Now I'm going to show you... Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, the worsted weight Cuddlers that I use a... I think I used a 5.5. Yeah, I used a 5.5, which I usually don't do that. I usually use a 3.75 for all of my amigurumis, but for the Cuddlers, I use a 5. Yes, I use a 5, not a 5.5. My bad. So this is the felt that I got. So I got this real pretty one. It's ocean blue. And it has, this was 23 cents at Walmart. So I got that one. I got this like light pink one. It's baby pink. I got a gray one, which is silver gray. I got this one right here, which does not have a label on it, which it just looks, it's like a tealy color. And then I got cream, because some of the animals, or some of the colors I'm making, have like cream in them or something. And if I didn't have like the right color... No, I did go to the Walmart in Lock Haven. This week, I think I am going to go to the one up where I usually go and look at their felt and see if they have any other colors, because the one where I went, they had mostly dark colors. These were the only like really pastel-y colors. And for this color, which has like light pink, light yellow, light green, white, and blue in it, I could easily do this light blue, this light pink, and this light green right here, and even the cream. So yeah. And I'm gonna do like all kinds of facial features with them because I think that would be really cute. Like I had one where I thought like I could, you know, cut out like heartfelt shapes, and then like cut off like a slit in them so the safety eye would go through, and make it look like the little kawaii, the little emoji one, and then like have like different mouths, like a circle for like a surprise face, and maybe have one where like the tongue's sticking out, just all kinds of things going through my head. But that's everything for today. I hope everybody has a great week. Tomorrow is Monday, sadly. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys later.